Thursday, April 4th, day 29. Figure I'd give you the date every once in a while, just so you know how far behind you actually are. Freezing night, but I didn't freeze. I did have to get my foam pad out and put it underneath me, but I realized that before the sun went down. I'd laid there for 10-15 minutes. I was like, no, my butt is cold, man, and if it's cold now and the sun's up, so yeah, let's get up and go take care of that. But other than that, a pretty comfortable night. Sound of water, all that fun stuff. It's like 4:30 tops right now. I slept in a little bit, but I'm not in a hurry. Hell, I would have slept in, later if I could, and I'd prefer if the sun was up when I left, but I wake up when I wake up, man. I can't help that stuff. We're definitely making it to Springer Mountain tonight. I don't want to make it too much further, but hell, it's right up the road. Well, I have a few miles to make and lots of time to make it, so I'm just going to take my time, mellow. I only have a few miles left of solitude before I'm around other hikers all day. It's not something I'm dreading, but I have really enjoyed the solitude out here. More than I thought I would. Well, I'm sure I'll enjoy all the people too. It's just going to be a change, Making my coffee. See you out there. And we're off. That is Peach's Ursack. I think those things are a waste of money, space, weight. Real effective at stopping the bear from eating your food, but it can still crush it up and drool all over it real good. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where the trail is, so I'm just going to backtrack to where I was, and we're going to go from there. And I'm not actually... Oh, hey, there's a trail-y looking thing. I came down the waterfall, which was not the official way, and I don't want to go back up it in the dark. Woohoo! It was actually warmer by the water, weird enough. As I get further away, I can feel it's colder up here. Okay. Should probably look at the map sometime soon, but I was pretty sure if I just wandered this way, I'd see the trail. Okay, I'm gonna look at my map. Aha, a blaze. And another one. Okay, we are on the right path. Tally-ho to Springer Mountain. Is that somebody's porch lights, maybe? I feel like you're all out in the woods. I look over and see somebody's porch. It is very, very uphill. Super steep, super slow. Oh, I'm glad I parked at the bottom of this hill. Oh, I don't want to have done this yesterday. I don't want to do it right now. But it's in my way. Oh. I can see so many stars. Oh, that's a great sign, man. No clouds anywhere. As far as I can tell. It's dark. But I see stars in every direction. Okay, now that we're away from Peaches and don't have to worry about waking him up, this log looks like a great place for a safety meeting. Pack on, but we're going to sit down. It's a flat spot as well, so I'm doing that. I'm going to turn off my light so I can enjoy the dark for a little bit and not have to worry about walking at the same time. There we go. Oh, I can see the sky. Hey, stars show up on camera. Oh, you're bright. Oh, I can see you a little bit. Oh, I see Scorpius. Just a couple of them hanging out, but I know those stars. So silent in here. I do really like this. I'm scared of the dark, but it's not all the time, I guess, because right now I have no fear at all because I know nothing can sneak up on me here because it'd make crunching noises. Like, I wouldn't chill like this in Montana because I know there is imminent death waiting around every corner. But here, you know, the biggest predator is mountain lion, and it doesn't really want scrawny old me. And while they are silent predators, they're not that silent. Although I am yammering the whole time, so it could totally be sneaking up on me right now. Like, just keep talking, buddy, just keep talking. I'm almost there. Anyway, safety time. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like it got to freezing this morning. I mean, cold, but it didn't feel freezing. I don't see ice on the ground. I mean, there was a lot of sparkling for a while, but it turns out, no, it's still there. It's mica. It's kind of everywhere, but more in a glitter fashion. I saw pieces yesterday, day before, big chunks, but mostly it's just sand up here. And it seems the spiders have migrated up the trees because I don't see them in the leaves anymore, but I see them hanging out on trees here and there when they're looking at me. Or when they're on the right side of it. I guess there are a few in the leaves, but mostly on the trees. And I'm guessing they go to the trees because trees are warmer than the ground. I know monarchs hang out on trees to not die from the cold. Guess spiders have figured that out too. Thanks for putting all these blazes up, man. Had a trident going on there. No, I'd have to stop and look at my map. But no, I can just carry on. I like not having to open that thing. I'd like to go a whole day without even looking at it. But we know my track record, so yeah, I'm forced to open it here and there just to find out how far off trail I am. The sun is going to make an appearance sometime soon. We got lots of clouds, and we're headed uphill. It's getting bright enough to where I can use the dim mode on my headlamp. I wish I had one more dim mode, yeah, just to save battery. Red uses way less battery, but you can't see anything with it. Not at a distance. It's real close work. Hanging on your tent. I can see without my headlamp, but no detail. Not enough. I hope there's a view up here. I've been going uphill all morning, man. Very slowly. Tops maybe 1.5 miles an hour, but several areas slightly below 1 mile an hour. I have warmed up nicely. My back is beginning to sweat. It's always the worst on a cold morning to get sweaty. You take off that backpack and your back starts just freezing. Even on a hot day, your wet shirt against your back. Ooh. Even though it was touching it the whole time. When you take off your backpack and let a little air in there and your shirt touches your back again, it feels like an ice cube. Which you would think would be refreshing. But no, every time you yelp, make a noise. I see more big hills in front of me. I have to assume we're going over those. Okay, I looked at the map. Comically enough, this hill is Little John Dick, and that one's Big John Dick. Pervs. I'm on Little John Dick. On the wrong side of the sunrise as well. Oh, Big John Dick. Oh, Tubuku. Shit ain't Tubuku. What we got here is some pure Alabama black snake. Ooh. Another campsite in a saddle. This one does have a spring down the hill. And next water's in like 5 miles. I think I can do that. I still have a liter on my chest. I barely touched it. And it's cold, so I don't drink much when it's cold. I got damn near a liter of coffee in my belly. I'll be good. A little color on the horizon, mostly obscured by trees. It's really bright though. Nothing magical is going to happen with it being this bright. Yeah, not much, but better than nothing. I was reading an article last year about all the cicadas that are gonna emerge this year. 2 different broods overlap at the same time. So it might get really noisy here for a couple of weeks. I'm not sure where it's supposed to be the thickest, but I imagine the south will get hit pretty good. Arizona used to have a lot of them, but we paved over everything. Haven't heard cicadas there in years. And I know we had more than one brood, because when I was a kid, we'd have them every summer. But I haven't heard that in forever. Sure looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. We'll probably be able to see Springer pretty soon. I don't really know what it looks like opposed to the other hills. But it's only like 10 miles away. And the trail is really squirrely. I mean, really, I could shave off damn near half of it just by jumping on the AT early. But I figure I might as well go all the way to the Plaque. Start there. I got time to kill, man. And then wander my way to Neal's Gap and check out my first official hiker box. I mean, I've been through a couple little ones, but, you know, this is the first official. Got partway down the hill. I went to have a safety meeting. I was like, uh-oh. So I had to track down the tree I deuced by, because there's my bag with, you know, my credit card and all that stuff in it. Oh, I was like, I don't remember where I pooed. I knew there was like a stack of branches and stuff, but yeah, I'm in the woods. A stack of branches doesn't really help. Funny stuff. Okay. I searched around other woods down the way, and as I'm walking up, I saw some mushrooms. I was like, okay, I remember those mushrooms. Keep walking. And I was like, look for some sticks off to the side. Yeah, real descriptive. But I found it. All's good in the hood. I was only about a quarter mile away. I just dropped my gear. I was like, screw it. I can find my gear again. Those are the mushrooms I saw. I was like, oh, I remember passing those. These are really good examples. But I was searching off in the woods over here because I saw that pile of sticks. I'm like, over here somewhere? No, not far enough. That's too close. But I still searched all over here just in case. Okay. Let's go find my backpack now. At least it's downhill. Oh, I could use some more of this. 5.5 miles in, and I've already gone over 2,000 feet up. That's a lot. 600 down. Ah, but nice, mellow, and flat up here. Could use a few miles of this every once in a while. Not all day, every day it'd get boring. But a few miles of it here and there would really be nice. Been through a horse on a gap with no name. No name gap. Must be close to the road because there's normal garbage like a roll of tape. Don't generally backpack that in. Oh, somebody stole all the trees in this area. Where did they go? Where does the trail go? Oh, cinder blocks, yeah, those don't make it up here by themselves. Oh, this is the trail right here. Can you see it? All sorts of tire marks all over the place. Oh, this is just beautiful. The AT and the Benton Mackay meet for the first time in a half mile. Or I guess in a hurry or something. I'd probably just take that. But since I got free time, I might as well get my picture taken at the start. For old time's sake. Take off my pack and run down to Amicalola real quick and see those falls. It's what, 16 miles round trip? I can do that. There's a nice campsite over there. Nice little spot surrounded by water. I'm filtering at the speed of an old man peeing. And I'm gonna chill on this bridge and relax and have me a little snacky poo. Oh, it's nice to have something to sit on. Let's head to the AT. I think it's like 5 miles to that shelter. I spotted my first AT hiker. He had the look. He had the little placard on his back too, that made it easy. I guess they're yellow this year. Right, another human. 2 already and I'm not even on the trail. Okay, we are where the Benton Mackay and the AT have merged. Keep my eye out for like where mine splits off. But I've already run into 3 hikers. Oh, look, both symbols are on the tree. How weird is that, huh? I stopped and chatted him up, of course, because I'm a chatty dude. And I was like, I'll see you in a couple of days. So I still have, 5 miles to go this way. And I'm not sure how far the AT is to get back here. I know this is like 5-6 miles, something like that. But the AT might be shorter. Oh, another one. See, they're everywhere. Is this the trail to the falls? I can hear them. I did see it on my map. So I'm going to assume, yes, it is. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I mean, that's water and gravity, but it's not really fall. So I think I'm on the wrong trail. I'm gonna go back where it was and keep going. I don't care. Been on the trail 10 freaking minutes. I'm gonna assume it's chickpea because it's just right off the trail. Nobody's scared of that. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? Never paid money to have a garbanzo bean on my face. Dun-dun-dun. More hikers. They're coming in 2s now. Brightly colored. Trying to enjoy this super cruisy downhill right now without thinking I'm going to be coming back up this in just a couple hours. This is still AT Mackay. Oh no, 2 more. Every time, 3 more. Every time I whip out my camera, some of them appear. They're everywhere. Everywhere. No more quiet nights by myself. So dude says, I like your hat. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. It's real versatile. Keeps my ears warm. It's mosquito proof. You can pull it down and rob a bank when you need some money. He's like, I thought you were supposed to be on the side of justice. I was like, banks are evil. Changed my mind. He's like, oh, got me there. I'm like, yeah. I'm making fun of everybody for having to go uphill. Like, how you doing? I'm like, doing great because I'm going downhill, sucker. Put you. I'll be catching them all in no time. I got trailish legs. You find it kind of fun passing them all like by tomorrow somehow. Like I gave you guys a 10-mile head start, maybe as many as 14. I'm not sure. I didn't really crunch the numbers, push the buttons. I just know from my last water it was, I want to say it was 7. But they're, you know, they're single digits. They don't really matter to me anymore. Humans, and tiny humans, they come in different sizes. I just passed tourists of all ages. There's tiny ones and elderly ones. And one of the older ones was wearing a puffy trench coat. Need to find one of those. I'm going to start checking in the Goodwills for those. That's not something I normally keep my eye out for. But now that it could have 2 uses for me, I wouldn't mind rocking the puffy trench coat while I hike. I mean, if it's that cold, why not? I'm not trying to look pretty out here. I'll rough that thing up. Looks like spray foam coming out of the tree. Interesting. But yeah, trench coat puffy, underquilt. There are possibilities. Because I'm not willing to pay, because an underquilt's a good, you know, $300 for a decent one. I mean, quilts are expensive. And then I got to make room for that whole thing, plus all my other junk. And it only serves one use, to keep my butt warm. No, you gotta get a few uses out of everything, especially when it's that bulky. And so it'll keep the rest of me warm while I hike, if needs be, or breaks, or, you know, whatever I normally use a puffy jacket for. Because that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. But I'm carrying 2 of them. And I can definitely tell that one does not have the same thermal rating as the other. You know, my hiking puffy is beat. I can tell it's a little bit cooler down there. Another human. So I was thinking, even if I get quote-unquote lost, both trails here lead to the place I'm going, so I'll get there. You know, it's kind of nice. It's like, every once in a while, I do get lost and, you know, see a way out. I thought I did when I did that, you know, 2-mile one the other day, but my map was just kind of upside down because, yeah, it just was. I was looking at it the wrong way. I don't know why, but I thought, oh, I could just go up here and reconnect it. I realized that my dot was moving past the lake, and the lake was on the other side of me. What are these? This was intentionally put here, was it not? Yeah, the spacing is human. That is weird. One's posts or something? I do not remember those. What do you tell me? 3 Forks. We have Long Creek Falls. Oh, that's a nice little bridge. It's just a tunnel in the dirt. Wouldn't even know it was there if you're driving on it. Oh, very soon you know it. I guess I'm not on the AT anymore because I don't see a square. Or a rectangle. Whatever. I know my shapes. Yeah. They built bridges for people out here, man. I don't gotta get my tootsies wet. I only remember going across two things of water on the AT. Let's see if my mind is different. Like, everything else was shallow, skippable, you know, hopping rocks. But I don't know, since I've done some extreme shit since then, I'm sure it's, you know, just erased those memories. You know, I store so much. Springer Mountain 4.1. This is where I leave the AT. It goes around and follows the river down. And I go up and walk the ridge up here. We both end up crossing the mountain, but this trail does it way more gradually, it seems. Take one up, the other one down, because I think they meet at the top. I ran into my first Nobo on the Bent Mackay. And I met the guy Peaches yesterday, but he's section hiking, so it doesn't really count as much. You know, this guy's doing the whole thing. He goes all the way up into the Smoky Mountains. I'm not sure what it does after that. If it just disappears. It's a big parking lot. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe next time I decide to come out and hike the entire East Coast, I'll start in Florida and then get on the Bent Mackay and take that up, see where it ends, and then, you know, figure out how to get over the AT and walk that up. I don't know. I'll probably end up walking it again, though. I do seem to enjoy walking, don't I? Or am I glutton for punishment? A little of both. Just ran into 3 young blokes. They were out on their first backpacking trip. I decided to do the Bent Mackay just to see if they like backpacking. I was like, ooh, they're good times, man, you know. I was like, you know, just make sure you're warm tonight because it's going to be fucking cold. It's cold right now. And it's like lunchtime. This is probably the warmest part of the day. What time is it? It's 11:30. Okay, it might get a little warmer. But, you know, if you have a rough night, your first night, you're not going to like backpacking as much. Most people, anyway. A lot of people give up so they, you know, encounter their first problem or hardship or whatnot. Some of us just expect shit to go wrong, and when it doesn't, we're happy. So, my first night on the AT, I got wet. I didn't set up my stuff right, and I knew I didn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure this isn't right. And I was like, we'll find out. I said, I should have been like, no, let's try it again. But no. I was like, that's good enough. Yeah, and I paid the price. But I didn't whine. I looked at it as a teachable moment. That was the trail teaching me, don't be stupid. Yeah. I'll come in and kick your butt when you're stupid. I see lots of leaves budding, just little baby ones, but it is beginning. Spring is starting to spring. Doesn't feel like it. Give it a couple more days, I'll be complaining about heat. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this brilliant idea brought to you by Dr. Green Thumb. Almost fell. Why don't I slack pack myself? If the trails intersect right here and I'm coming back, it's 4 miles from here to where I'm going. I don't know how many back on the AT, of course, it's a different trail. But I could potentially slack pack myself 8-ish miles. I don't believe, no, there wasn't rain in the forecast at all. So I was like, what if I get stuck without that? So I'm not even going to bring a rain jacket. I'm just going to bring some safety supplies, water, and some snacks. Stash my pack somewhere. It feels brilliant until I come back on some road and it's just ransacked my pack. Stole my Skittles and chewed through my tent and everything, or my tarp to get through it. But that is a risk I'm willing to run, man. Yeah, we're just going to slack it, man. We are just cruising, making fun of people's backpacks, dummies. I had my butler shuttle mine to the top. It'll be there waiting. You guys aren't uber rich? Whatever. Hike your own hike. Okay, so I get here to the intersection, and there is conveniently a dirty jacket that has been here through a couple of storms. You can tell by the amount of stuff on it. So I am going to use its camouflageness to hide my pack and protect it just in case. It looks like a good durable coat. And then wander my happy ass down to the shelter, or the what do they call those things again where you start at? I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but anyway, the starting point of the trail. Trailhead. That's the word I'm looking for. And then one of my happy ass back here. I could do that. It's still early in the day, man. It's not even noon yet. It feels late. Just because you have not been doing your job, Bob. Slacker. Yeah, look at you sitting all pretty right now. But like 10 minutes ago, I was freezing my arse off. Get with the program. Okay, so right here is safe. Ish. Nobody wants to walk all the way up here, grab a backpack, and carry it down. Right? Right. Okay. You cannot see it from here. I can, but nobody else can. Okay. And we're off. Be back here in a little bit, Peg. Don't go anywhere without me, man. Okay, quick change of plans. I'm taking the AT down. I just checked its map, and it just goes straight down. Ben Mackay takes a big old loop out there. You know, big old finger on the map. And I'm not doing the Ben Mackay. I'm just using it as a means to get to the beginning of the AT, so I don't feel married to it. So yeah, I'm on the AT. I'm a Sobo on the AT. See, all the potential through hikers I pass think I'm one of these people. They didn't pay me a second mind. Look at the size of the backpack on that little person. You're nuts. Oh, that looks heavy. Oh, I just passed a kid with a glazed over look at his eye, wearing all his rain gear and stuff. I was like going for a long walk. He's like, yeah. He's already looked shell-shocked. Oh, day one. At best, day two for these peeps. The joy of being scared and not knowing. It's fun. It is. There's a certain joy in that fear. Overcoming it, I guess. I'm still scared to go to the trail. I don't have that glazed over look in my eye. I don't know if I ever did, but I think I've seen some shit in life that made a really long walk not seem so bad. You know, like, how bad could it be? It's a really long walk. Turns out it's not that bad. It's freaking awesome, man. Definitely has its moments, severe ups and some downs. Okay. I knew it was cold. These are icicles. Say, like, you're like, dude, quit whining. It's not that cold. That is literal ice. Right there. That's ice. Dripping all over the place. Rocks covered in it. Alright. I'm not even wearing a puffy. I just brought my Amazon hoodie with me. And everything is comfortable but my fingers. This is pretty much how I remember it being last time. Cold and windy. It's like, I don't want to be up here, but I was barefoot, you know, so things were a little more uncomfortable. Came down here to get a picture of my foot next to that. I sat over on that very rock. But this is not where the crawler was born. Oh no. Not at all. We are on Springer Mountain. Okay, let's begin the AT tour. AT2024! Let's go past everybody we just passed. I was giving out friendly advice to people and whatnot as I passed by them. And now they're going to be all confused. Wait till they see me later on again with my pack. Man, everybody here looks the same. Curious if I can find the spot where, like, I first started night crawling. I have an idea of what it looks like in my mind. But we'll see. That was like 3 days into this, which will probably be like tomorrow at lunch for me or something, yeah. But I'm in much better shape. And I have shoes, so I could just travel that much faster. Okay, AT. It's a quick little jaunt. Couple of 1,000 miles, no problem. We got this. At least my pack's not his size. It used to be. That's what I used to look like back in the day. Now I'm just slightly smaller. And everything is just as I left it. Don't see any rodent marks. We're good. Alright. Let's wander some more. Put it back where I found it. I thank you for your service. How far will I wander today? I don't know. I don't have any plans. Probably sleep near a shelter. I like that they have benches and stuff, but yeah, I'm definitely not doing it in a shelter. My hammock is way better than anything in a shelter, and it will be riddled with humans. I can guarantee it. But let's wander. We'll see where we end up. As I see big dead trees leaning over the trail, I'm going to wonder, did I walk under this? Was it like this that long ago? How is it not falling yet? Oh, squeaky. My tempting fate walking under it twice. I do like to tempt fate though. And like clockwork, I'm going the wrong way. I climbed this little mountain for nothing. That's a cruisy little uphill, no big deal. Now I got a cruisy little downhill. Smoking me, you got 'em, boys. We're not on trail. Oh, I'm back on the Bent Mackay. That's what it is. You tricky bitch, you got me back. So this is actually the third time I walked under this squeaky tree, barely hanging on nothing. Okay. Oh, funny. You know, that sign I was looking at when I walked away totally told me which way to go. Why do I do this to myself? To put myself exactly where I'm supposed to be. It all works out in the end, man, I swear. So I do feel a bit of nostalgia being out here, even though this looks exactly like the other trail. But I do feel it, I guess, just knowing where I'm at. Walking in my own footsteps. Except I was barefoot that time because I was more badass than I am now. I've gotten a little older, a little softer. But I can outwalk the fuck out of that guy, man. He was only doing like 8 miles a day. You know, pansy. Let's go sit at a shelter and see how that feels. All the hikers around and stuff. A little bit of apprehension, but you know, I work well. I work small crowds really well. I am hungry. I need to stop for lunch. I'm overdue. I brought snacks with me on that little trip, but I didn't bring, you know, my tuna or anything. Something I consider lunch. A snacky bar just doesn't cut it. It tides me over. Oh, cute little bridges so I don't have to get my tootsies wet. I decided to set up camp here. I am at like the second shelter at the AT. It is right there. I stopped today at 1:30, which is like the earliest ever, but I've got to slow myself down, man, or I'm just going to be sitting in Neil's Gap waiting. So this is what I'm doing. Stop here. I'm going to eat 2 dinners tonight because I think I have too much food. I'll make sure I do before I eat both of them. But yeah, I'm setting up my camp early. Yeah, this place is filling up. There's people everywhere. Tim is here. He is a fan. He recognized me. I don't get recognized very often, so that's pretty cool. So, hey, Tim, just because I know you'll watch this later. It's cool meeting you. I doubt I'll run into you again because, you know, I'm in shape. Yeah, I've been on the trail for, what, like a month now. So, yeah, I told these people, I was like, no, we won't see each other again. Although I will be held up in town for a couple of days, so maybe somebody will catch me. But unlikely. So I think it was smart of me to take this time off, you know, stop early. I only have 28 miles to do and 2 days to do it in. So, you know, do some low days, like 15s or so or something. You know, just take my time, take it easy, and hang out and chill. See all the fresh hikers. Yeah, I'm like, I'm never going to see you guys again. You know, they're all 8 miles is a big day for them right now. So it's you know, cool to see them now. See if I see some of them up the trail, you know. See if they, you know, because most of them will fail within the next week or two. It's just kind of how hiking goes, man. It's harder than it looks, but easier than it really appears all at the same time. Seems like a huge task walk across the country, but you've seen me do it. You know, it's not that hard. It'd be interesting if I see some of them again later. I won't remember them because they still have human names, so, you know, it's hard to remember that kind of stuff. We have a ridge runner with us tonight. She's been totally cool. Hasn't been all ridge runner. She covered her name tag at one point and said some stuff that she shouldn't have said, so that made her cool in my book. Yeah, I'm going to bed early. Probably wake up, do some night crawling, more than likely. Maybe sit in my tent. I don't know. I have options. I have nowhere I need to be. Today is the 4th. I'm in the rooms on the 7th and the 8th, so, you know, I got 30 miles to do. Easy peasy, man. See you in the morning.